Hey, hello everybody. Welcome to the Pixels. We are going to be talking today about insider threats and how we leverage privileged access management and solutions to be able to thwart those attacks, control those attacks, monitor them, and report upon them. So let's talk about what differentiates an external threat versus an internal threat.
First of all, the internet threat is very, very risky, and it's the top level of threat we are facing in the information security sector. Because when we are saying that we are having an internet threat, that means that there is an employee who is not using his account. Someone else is using his account. Someone else is using his privilege. He is already inside our network. He is not trying to hijack our network. Right? Getting our network, we can be alerted from a SIM tool, we can be alerted from EDR tool, even try a firewall can block him. But we are talking about someone who is inside our network. So the insider threat is very, very risky, and that may cause organization millions, many billions of dollars, because he can directly access the data, he can modify the data, we need the data.
Okay. So that's a very good point you bring up, that insiders are definitely different than external threats, because insiders already have the inside track. They're already in there. So, and then you can take two types of an insider, right? And then you can have ones that are maliciously intended, and then you have ones that just make mistakes, right?
Yeah. We have the compromised internal, who is being phished or is being tracked. So he even don't know that that someone else is using his account, is using his privilege. Also, we have someone who is malicious internally, or malicious threat is made for personal problems, or for personal issues, or maybe he is fired, so he want to harm the organization, or he want to damage the organization, he want to affect the reputation of the organization. So with the PAM tools, we can with a single click on the solution, we can remove all the privilege from this user, so we can make it more secure and safe.
Okay, very good. And so that leads me into what you just talked about there is, so PAM solutions and using those to thwart attacks. How are you seeing PAM solutions, like kind of the modules of PAM solutions? How are they kind of working in conjunction with insider threats and mitigating and preventing, or at least mitigating the potential issues that are caused by an insider?
Okay, PAM solutions is currently our first line of defense against these actions. We are using PAM solutions to reduce or to make every employee with his minimum privilege he need to do his work. We also use PAM solutions to monitor the sessions, to record the sessions of the employee or the privilege. We also can detect the suspicious behaviors. We can block some by making rules and putting up policies. We can, for this solution, we can block, even it's automated. We can block the session, we can stop the session. Also, there's an option, because stopping the session may stop the business, which is not something good. So we may just get an alert, start investigating, and then take the actions, whatever the action is, stop the session or make the session continue.
Okay, very good. So what are some of the early warning signs that you have an insider threat problem?
Sorry, I can't hear.
So what are some of the early warning signs that somebody is actually doing something malicious within the network?
We have a server warrants, maybe unusual logging time, maybe a large bulk of data are being transferred. That means that someone is stealing data. Maybe an employee is trying to access data that he does not have privilege to. So every employee knows his rules very good. Every employee knows his boundaries very good. So when an employee trying to access data that he doesn't have privilege to or don't have privilege to, so we need to stop this action using PAM tools. Also, if he is a regular employee trying to do this go task, to the first point, is a malicious user, is trying to access data, even if he's not, if he isn't an attacker, he is a malicious user in this scenario. So the PAM solutions helps us in detecting and response for these actions in very, very early time.
Okay, very good. And then, so what are some of the ways that companies are making mistakes as it applies to insider threats? Like what are some of the common mistakes that you see companies make or are making today?
The common mistakes, the number one mistake is didn't give an importance to the awareness for the current employee. We need to spread awareness for the employees, especially the employees with a high privilege. We are talking about system administrators, HR management, SEO, CEO. All of these employees should have awareness sessions every quarter. They should know the consequences for their actions. If they got phished, if they got smashed, even at the time, by what AI and machine learning are now trendy, some people are using phishing. Phishing, the meaning of phishing, that someone can call you and impersonate that he is another one using AI. He can use his voice.
I know that I know that firsthand because I tried to test that out myself, and I trained AI to sound just like me within, I don't know, 30 seconds, and it works. It works.
And it's very easy. It's just with some information gathering, maybe a small call for the manager as a salesperson. You got his sound. You generate a call for the employee who is getting a call from his direct manager asking him for his credentials. Surely you are going to give him the credentials. Even the phishing, if he is changing only a letter in the domain, which is a part that every employee receives maybe hundreds of emails every day, he is not gonna focus on the email if there is a letter is changed, so he still could be phished. So he could click on that link. So the number one mistake the organization are doing right now, they didn't make an awareness sessions for their employees. They must also, there's something we are doing, but we didn't tell our employees. We are, as information security team, we are trying to send phishing emails to these users as an attacker point of view, and see who are going to respond for this emails. And based on their response, we are going to send them a report, what they may cause, what the loss they may cause, so they can't do that again.
Okay, very good. And then kind of to follow up on that, because we're talking about users with high privilege, so they are in the net, so they're working, doing their daily jobs, but they are elevated with enough privilege to do a lot of damage if somebody's was able to get a hold of their credentials or take over their account. So Let's talk about just-in-time allocation of privilege and elevating privilege from basically a user logging in the morning and they have no privilege, but then gaining more privilege as they need it using JIT, just-in-time privilege elevation.
Okay, we are talking now in it's an add-on or an option in the PAM tools that you are not giving him all his privilege he wants at full time. If you are talking about HR manager, you don't need to access all the employees' data all the time. You only want to access them for this week, for this 3 hours. So you are requesting an access to the data at the time. The information security engineer is reviewing the request. Are you really want this data right now? Why are you want? Is this not a recruiting time? Why are you want to access to this data right now?
Right.
So you're going to write a report why you want to access this data right now. I'm gonna to review this report, and if it's okay, I'm gonna give you access for only limited hours to finish your job and then close access again.
Very good. Okay, so as we wrap up here, any closing thoughts that you can think of? Maybe for 30 seconds, give us a little wrap up here. Tell us why companies need to use a privileged access management tool in the first place.
Okay, companies must use privileged access management tools because currently most of the organization or most of the companies has to be certified with ISO and PCI DSS, so they must use PAM tools because it's mandatory to gain this certificate. also to save its reputation, to save the company reputation, to save the company money, to prevent any loss of money, any loss of data, any leak of data, which may damage a lot the reputation. Maybe it may finish the organization. We saw this case a lot. Organizations that data got leaked for customers and their reputation are zero.
Right. Okay, that's awesome. Well, thank you very much. All right, Yousuf. So what we're going to do here is we'll do another follow-up session on this particular topic and on privileged access management, and explore it a little bit deeper in another session of Within the Pixels. And do appreciate you and your time today. So take care, and we will be talking soon.
Thank you. Hopefully.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.